Oh, thanks for changing that for me.
It's hot.
Can you do the camera this one for me?
You think it's hot? I haven't gone yet, so I don't have to do it.
Oh, I'm calling this game, so can you get on the keys? Thanks. I thought you were cold, so. I'm tell you something funny. I was down there getting drinks, right? A lot of the ducks started talking to me. I mean, like, not a bad thing. But like, oh my God, we have Daniel Gumford against Donald. And the ducks are shooting on Donald. Oh no. What? It does better that way. It does better that way, promise.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I changed Justin's name.
What is it now?
What?
Yes. I am unmuted, right? Yes. Welcome back here inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for tonight's second game matchup against the Guppies, who come in tonight 5-1-0-1. They currently sit in second place in the division. To the right is going to be the team in dark green. That's going to be the Mighty Ducks, who sit with a 7-0 perfect record. That puts them in first place. That is 3 points above the Guppies. So regardless here of this outcome in this matchup here, the Mighty Ducks will stay in first place after tonight. Warm-ups are all completed. Getting set for puck drop here inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for, once again, tonight's matchup between the Guppies and the Mighty Ducks. And net tonight is going to be Daniel Gumford coming in tonight, giving up 7 goals on the season through those 7 games played, sitting with a 1 flat goal against average. On the other side, usually for the season, is Jim Aiello through his 7 games played, 22 goals against with 3.14 goals against average. But here tonight, it's not going to be Aiello, it's going to be Donald. Once again, apologies here. Not entirely sure of Donald's full name, but we'll go with what we know. And it's going to be the Alexander lineup here to start things off for the Ducks. Alexander, Baptist, and the rest here to get things started in period number 1. On the other side, it's going to be Kilmer, Favola, and the rest. 20 minutes up on the board, and then the puck is dropped, and we're underway. Mighty Ducks able to run it back to Major, playing defense tonight for the Mighty Ducks. Chapping it up out of his own zone, up through the neutral zone, but couldn't hold on to it. Here's a chance now for Baptist, right in front of the fellow 82 of Limbicky, who will take it behind the net and chip it up and out of play. Luckily, that didn't hit anybody here in the stands. 25 seconds gone here through the first period. All the fans here sitting on the other side of the rink. That's the 42 people sitting in section 218, and then doubling that in section 219, just about half a full section. Close enough. Major with a shot, just got sent wide of Donald. As the Ducks are trying to keep it in just through the neutral zone, comes away with it are the Guppies. Sticking it aside is Major. Major taking it behind the net, gets a stick from one of the Guppies. Major still with it as he'll take it right through Broadway. Gets around Limbick, he ends up taking a shoulder from him as he hits the ice. Guppies right back up through center. Gonna be a race now between Kilmer and Major. Major's gonna be the first one back to it. Right there close to his near side goal line. Looking to get it around Favola and does. As Hale to his left, and they'll have, that's gonna be played in offsides as Hale just out of the blue line. Major fires one on net after the whistle had been blown. Not alongside the Guppies, this near side of ref, that being of Steve Oakes. Not happy about it all. And now there's some bickering going on between the benches between Major and 82 of the Guppies, that being Curtis Limbick. Limbick has 2 goals and 2 assists on the season. For Major, it's 4 goals and 1 assist for 5 points so far. Apologies here for sound like I'm out of breath. For one, I am. And 2, I just got done playing in game number 1 where we had a short bench here once again. Just falling by 2. I believe the final score was 5-3 in favor of the Polar Bears over the Firestorm. Chipping that one right out in front. Had Donald way out of the net. Had a chance for an empty netter, but not able to hold the blue line. It was Aguirre. He had a chance to get his first goal of the season as that just escaped the blue line. Tried to take it back in without anybody realizing. Did not happen. One of those netminders you're going to have to be cautious of here, especially one that likes to come out of the net and play the puck, which sometimes helps them, sometimes hurts them. Is this netminder down to the left for the Guppies, that being Donald. As we're going to have a defensive zone here face off for the Guppies. This is going to come to the blocker hand side of Donald. Repping the old Sherwood stick. One of those made completely out of wood. Not many of those you see used anymore, especially in well, not in professional play. You'll see a handful in these, beer league. But for the most part, it's back to those composite sticks. You'll see most of the action here. And on this season, we've had 3 broken sticks, 2 of those coming in the same game. And as of last year, I don't believe we had a single one. As here's a chance now for the Ducks out through the neutral zone. Schroeder trying to chip it forward to himself as that went over for Riccardi. Clark able to chip it in just far enough to get it over for Reinhardt, who's trying to clear it out as it comes down low. Back out to the neutral zone. It goes for Major. Major battling with Elrod. As for Elrod, he has 5 goals on the season, has no assist. One of those guys you need to be worried about, even if you're the Mighty Ducks, who sit with a perfect 7-0 record, only giving up 1 goal on average a game. Stick save made there by Donald as it comes down to the point for Major. Chipping it forward. Here's a chance now for the Ducks. Not able to fire a shot on was 29. Oh, goodness. Apologies there. That was 39 of Pillhorn. On 1 goal and 1 assist. This gets by him. And here comes a chance for, I believe, Trask. Chipping it forward, but Major able to apply the back check. Battling back behind the net, chips it up. Limbick able to get the turnover. Spinning around, fires one. Goes off a body out in front. It was Clark. Limbick back with it from the left circle. Fires one, goes high. Down the near side boards and down the length of the ice it goes. Will not go down for an icing. First one back to it's going to be Frankham. 1 goal on the season, no assist. Back over for Frankham. Out through the neutral zone. Indirect collision through the open ice. That was between Agire and Kilmer. Two of the nicer guys here in this lower league. Agire switching teams between these two seasons. That being between the end of last lower season and this beginning. As Agire was a part of that Firestorm squad who ended up making it to the opening championship round in the first lower season of last year. Ended up falling short to, I believe, these very same Mighty Ducks. Shot there from 83. I believe that's of Alexander. Apologies indeed, so of Alexander. Looking from the wrong side here. That's going to be just out through the neutral zone as Schick wasn't able to hold on to it. Alexander nearly had a chance for a breakaway, chipping it forward as the Ducks are going to throw that right on net to Donald. Working it down now for Kilmer at the near side half boards. Chips its way down like the ice for an icing. 13:20 to go here in the first period. I muted it on my side. No, I muted Messenger. Waiting on the puck here to work its way back into the offensive zone here for the Ducks. Still with a scoreless game, closing on halfway here through the first period. Chigna leaves it for Church, shoots, goes off the left post. Stays out Aguirre trying to keep it in as here comes the Guppies the other way. Down low with its Cotton Air, looking for his first point of the season as Church is able to poke him right off of it as Aguirre is trying to work it out for the Ducks. Still in the attacking zone as it's worked out by one of the Guppies. Now here comes Riccardi right up through center ice, battling against Hale. Backhanding it in, able to get it back over for Cotton Air, trying to work it forward. As that works its way down length of the ice. No icing. I didn't see it touch anybody, but this back referee said we were all good. So we'll keep going. Kettner hits the blue line, able to get around Major. Kettner from a sharp angle. Spinning around, has two people calling for it, one of those being Cotton Arrow. Not able to hold on to it as here comes a foot race the other way. Donald coming out of his net. Very far out of his net. To the top of the circles. Here comes a chance now for McDevitt, looking for his second goal of the season. Now having battle around Major. As McDevitt takes a round down to the ice. Major dekes around Cotton Arrow, but not out of the zone as here comes a chance now for McDevitt. Watcher applying the back check, but it's worked forward, trying to poke one up. Justin scores! Bounces off that right post. And for the first time tonight, the first puck finds its way into the back of the net. And the Guppies take a 1-0 lead here, 9 minutes into period number 1. Not sure if we got credit with that one. As there's 2 or 3 people right there in front of the crease trying to jam it home. Fortunately here for the Guppies, one of them was able to get there. Turned over. Clark tried to leave it over for Elrod. Elrod battling at it with Major up the far side, trying to drop it back as it's found over for Olympic. Comes down low. McDevitt trying to fire one on, just like we were just a couple of seconds ago. Trying to jam this one home as a netminder is able to keep this one out of the back of the net. Keeps it right up in his chest. 10:17 to go here in this first period. Spinning around with its right heart. Near got a turnover. Here's Elrod from the right circle. Elrod trying to drop it back for Limbic, looking for goal number 3 of the season. Coming down low in the corner for Pilhorn. The things that are going to give the Mighty Ducks success here tonight are finding those odd man rushes. A long shot there, stick to side right through the feet of Donald. Trying to clear it out as it's over for Horn. Not out. Down low for Major. Drops it down near side, looking to get it over to Schroeder. Schroeder has 5 goals on the season, now having to wait to retouch back in on sides. Delayed offsides, they're able to touch it up. Schroeder chasing it back in here for the Mighty Ducks. Lembic rings it up the far side, has a man chasing. Have some numbers going back the other way. Trask looking for goal number 1, works it forward, able to get it around Church. Centering feed, gonna be picked up by Major. Right place at the right time as Major will take it back behind the net. Now cutting back up through center ice. Drops it down low. Throws it right on to the stick of 29 of the Ducks. Apologies here. Unsure of who 29 is. As this is going to go down length of the ice for an icing. You can try and zoom in on 29's jersey for me whenever he gets back onto the ice. Read his last name. He's the guy standing up on the bench. The guy in the middle. Offensive zone faceoff coming up here for the Guppies. Once again, they sit with a 5-2 record. That puts them in second place right behind these very Ducks. They currently sit 3 points behind, and a win here will put them 1 point behind right before we start playoffs. That's where the Ducks, they sit perfect. Nobody's beat them yet. 7-0 record. They've had a handful of close games, but a majority of the time as they hit the third period, the visiting legs just appears to give out. Alexander to Aguirre, right back over for Alexander, but out of his stick as Donald's going to throw this in the back. As Donald just about slashed his own man. Believe he got a part of Riccardi as here comes Kilmer from the blue line up top. Here's a chance now. Schick fires one on. That's going to be kept right there in front of him, trying to jam it home. Keeps this one out of the back of the net. Keeps it a 1-0 game as it looks like we're going to have a part of a defensive shift here for the Guppies. Making his way out is going to be Kettner for his fellow left defenseman. Down low it goes. Kilmer rings it on the near side, able to get it past Aguirre. This is up top for the Ducks. Working their way right through center ice. It's going to be a 3-on-2. They were not able to hold the blue line. Fires another one right after the offsides whistle. That one's number 19. I'm not entirely sure here.
I bet you if the opposite team of the Thunderbirds did that, that would be a fight.
Referee talking to the Mighty Ducks bench about that one. That being the second time tonight that has happened. One of them being for Major, the other one being 19. Once again, I do not have a 19 here on my roster. What? He might be. Try and help me read his name. 19 and 29. That goes down to the ice. That's going to go down for an icing. An offensive zone face-off coming up here for the Mighty Ducks. Looking forward to see what Donald has to offer here whenever a Mighty Ducks standing in front of the net trying to find a form of a tip or just a little punch in. Able to run this one back to the point. Major not able to keep this one in. Intercepts it. Here's a chance. Cottonair looking for goal number 1 of the season and increase their lead. Not able to get a shot off. McDevitt able to get this one around. Major heads itself up to the corner. Cottonair will back down low for McDevitt. Cottonair winds up, fires, and hits air. That was just as I was mentioning just a handful of seconds ago. It's going to be those odd man breakaways that give the Mighty Ducks a huge chance here to tie this one up and get some momentum going. Heading into period number 2. Clears this one down, but not all the way as Kettner was able to keep this one in. We use it for Cottonero from the center red line. Will dump it down length of the ice. Pilhorn trying to chip it out, kept in, caught narrow. Kicked it in just a hair too far as Pilhorn trying to work it out. Kept in from 80 to Olympic. Fires one on. Got a piece of the netminder as Mage is able to come away with it. Taking it down low from center ice, just able to keep it in on sides. Fires one, goes wide. Watch-up down low. Spinning around, trying to find a centering feed. As here comes a chance now. In all alone, 42 of McDevitt. Apologies, 82 of Olympic. Shoot, scores! Takes this one the whole way down. Makes it 2-0 here against the Mighty Ducks. 3:42 to go here in the first period. And so you see Donald down on his knees to our left. Appears to be doing okay as he gets up now. Who did I say scored that? Olympic?
You get 29.
Sorry. $82. Okay. Curtis Lumbick getting his third goal of the season there. Apologies there, as I was making sure what I was saying was correct. Chipped out. Here comes Elrod. Elrod down low, has Horn up high. 2-on-2 as they hit the blue line. Able to get around Agire. Cutting back in front. Shoot. Glove. Save. And the rebound will be held on to 2:42 to go here in the first. And it looks like the Guppies are the team to beat here early on in period number 1. A 2-0 advantage so far here. Closing in on 18 minutes played here in this first period. Elrod wins it back to Riccardi. Fires one on, tipped. And a glove save. Elrod trying to get it back. Goes down through the ice. Here comes Donald out of his net to play it. Playing it down low is it's going to be kept in by Austin just by a minute. And here comes Chris Horn. Centering. Shot. Set wide from Riccardi. Elrod with it. As Riccardi there was looking for his third goal of the season. That's to be chipped out from Noah Clark. As here comes a foot race. Clark with it. Try to fire a shot on Riccardi. Able to keep it away from him. Playing it behind the back of the net. Elrod down low with Major. Apologies there. Baptist able to ring it back around. Now Clark has it up in the far side corner. Centering. Right into the feet of a Guppy. And cleared out to the neutral zone. Elston rings it around. Here comes Alexander. Has Baptist all alone down low. Gives it to him. Shot. Spins around Donald and shoves him down to the ice. And there's going to be a penalty. Stop. Stop. Roughing's going to be the call here. 55. Oh well. Baptist with the penalty here. 55 seconds to go here in this first period. That goes a roughing call. That was on the netminder. As that's going to be cleared down length of the ice. Right on the net of Donald. Thought about coming out of his net to play it. Instead, he'll leave it back for Brian Elrod. Coming in 40 seconds to go here in this first period. Olympic up high. Gets it over to Kettner. Power play goal here would be huge for the Guppies and nearly had a chance there. But the Ducks were able to clear it down length of the ice. 20 seconds to go here in the period. One last rush here for the Guppies. Olympic has it. back behind the net as he'll work it forward. With 5 seconds to go, shot, save by the netminder. Holding on to it, and that will do it here for period number 1. 1:05 to go here on the clock on the penalty of the Baptist. As we'll take a quick 1-minute break and head into the start of period number 2. Welcome back here, and to start of period number 2, there's going to be 65 seconds left to go on the penalty to Baptist. Once again, that was a roughing call on the netminder of Donald. 2 full lines here for both sides between the Guppies and the Ducks. Hell set to take the drop here. Just able to hold it back after the Guppies had possession for a second. As Major fires this one right into the Ducks bench. We'll have another neutral zone face-off here right after the opening draw. Apologies here, it's going to be a defensive zone drop here for the Ducks. This is going to come to the glove hand side of the netminder. Apologies, stick side. That one goes on net of the Guppies. Able to hold on to it, not sure where that one went. One in his gear somewhere. Well, he takes time to look for it, and there he does, right underneath, I believe it was his pad, his left arm pad. Just able to shake that one loose. 45 seconds gone here in period number 1. Down length of the ice it goes. Once again, no icing here. Hale with it. Trying to kill the rest of this penalty off to Baptist with 1 second, and that will do it. Try to get a centering feed as the Guppies are able to come away with it as Favola working it down low. Baptist with the open ice hit. As here comes a chance now for Schick down low. Major able to pinch it off and get possession. Kilmer trying to battle with it as Favola's up top. Major still with it. Gets a stick tap from a man behind as Major will take it right through Broadway, out in front, backhand shot, scores! Major with his 5th goal of the season takes this one from coast to coast and pokes this one home, making it 2-1 now. Here just a minute past in the period number 2. Finally up now on the scoreboard as we're back underway. Schroeder trying to work the puck forward as here comes the Guppies the other way. Cottonero has it up high, trying to chip it to himself. He does, able to get around Eigeyer. Sharp angle shot right out in front, trying to poke it on. Puck still loose. Comes down low, trying to keep it in are the Guppies. It was Olympic who will take it back behind the net. Now up for 42 of McDevitt. Bring it down low, back for Limbick. Back hitting it back around here once again. A weird game of pitch and catch, if you will. Able to be kept in from the right circles. Guppy still with it, spinning around Cottonere, looking for an opening pass out to the point. Holds, chips it back in, trying to get it back for Cottonero. Battling with it is Elston. Taking it behind the net, down low. Limbick got a stick to it, but couldn't hold on to it. As here comes 82 of, apologies, Schroeder with it. Chips it back. Here's a chance now for 29. Fires it just wide. Sure, for a little bit. But not long, okay? Ooh, apologies there. Big open ice hit there with Baptist. That was with McDevitt. Elrod up high. Able to pinch it off. Works it back for Elrod. Nearly Donald with a turnover. Houston falls down. Leaves it for Lembick. Trying to get around Church. Apologies, that was Elston. Trying to read these names and numbers can be fairly difficult here, especially not having a true roster checking on point streak. That's where down low for Alexander, able to get it around one. Alexander still with it, centering. Goes off Riccardi's body out in front as it goes up high now. Major keeps it in. Try to chip it to himself just out of his reach as it follows its way down low for number 19. Working it forward for Alexander, trying to chip it forward. Another hit there alongside the boards as it's found its way down to Major. Down low with it, 19 trying to work it forward. Back out to the neutral zone we go for Horn. Taking it up high, they have a 3-on-4, but won't able to get a shot off as Baptist with the back check. Able to get it working back the other way for Alexander. Alexander from the blue line, 2-on-2. Alexander fires a shot on Donald. Right out in front of the crease as it works its way down low for Trask. Puck's going to be blown dead here. Looks to be like an offsides. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off here. 14-10 to go in the second period. Once again, apologies here about being a little gassed. Works it up far side from Watcher. That's not going to go in net of Donald, but it's going to be played by Reinhardt. He'll take it behind the net, turned over from Chignall. As it's now up for Kilmer. One touches it down low as here comes the Guppies back the other way. As Kilmer waiting on the back door, trying to get it to him. Not able to get that tip in on the far side as Hale works it up. Waltrip keeps it in the skates, trying to chip it out. Kilmer works it back in. Major with it. Out in front of the net, he'll take it. He scored 1 so far tonight. Alongside 4 so far on the season. Shoot, scores! Able to slide this one in right past Donald on that far side. Had him beat down on the ground. Instead of trying to lift it, takes it to his left and tucks it on that far side. Ties this one up at 2 apiece. Yep. Off that neutral zone face-off, Monty Dykes will take it right through the neutral zone, able to get a Chignall just out of his reach, but doing his best to keep it in, or keep possession with it. That is, Elrod fires a stick in there, as Chignall still has it up the far side, trying to get a touch out in front as Donald will throw it back out. Lembick to the point, turns it over, long shot, save made by Donald, as Watrup was looking to get his 5th goal of the season. Comes up short, 12-13 to go here in the second period. Shots on goal, 11-7 in favor of the Guppies here. Although here halfway through the second period, it's all been Ducks. Both goals scored for the Guppies. Came back in that first period. And the 2 goals here for the Ducks so far have been in this period number 2. Elston dekes around one at the blue line, trying to fire one in past Elrod. That just went high over the net. And a Cinch tried to basketball swing it, as that nearly went over the back of Donald and into the back of the net. Elrod able to win the puck battle, trying to get it over for McDevitt, as McDevitt comes away with it. They have 4 men against 2. As Elston's able to get the puck turned over. Still with it. 3 men in front of the crease. Right out in front, trying to poke it home. Elrod fires one home. Shoot, scores! And that got waved off. Brian Elrod fired one home. Would have been his 6th goal of the season. But this near side referee blows it off and we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Apologies there, as I'm running the camera here and play-by-play. Whoopsies. Word back down link to this. This is not going to go far enough for an icing, as it's shipped back out to the neutral zone for the Guppies. Trying to work around Elston. Elrod not able to hold on to it, as it's still down low for Elston. Schroeder with it up high, deep in his own defensive zone. Chips it down to this. That should go far enough down for an icing, and it will. Just about the crossover, this halfway point of period number 2. This is going to come up to the glove side of the netminder. Set to take the draw looks to be number 22 of Joe Favola. Has 3 goals on the season, has 2 assists. Trying to get this one on the net right off the draw, as it's going to come down low for the Ducks and chipped up and out of play. Once again, glad that didn't hit anybody up here in the stands, as we're still sitting here right at about half capacity here inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. One of the smallest crowds I've seen here in recent times, but things will definitely change here right before we get into playoffs. Riccardi works it forward for Major. That's going to go down length of the ice. Has a chance to be an icing, but Donald's going to come out of his net and play it. Kept in. Baptist rings around the near side corner. Goes up high. And Deck still with possession of it. As 19 trying to find a centering feed. As a Guppies now away with it. They have numbers going back the other way. 3-on-2. From the blue line. In on sides. Long shot. And a glove save. No rebounds. From the netminder as Riccardi was looking to get his 3rd goal of the season. Cottonero set to take the drop here. Baptist able to win it back, but a quick shot from Cottonero. As Baptist, in fact, did win it back, but not cleanly. So Cottonero took the advantage to get a quick shot off. Line change here for the Ducks. Cottonero stays on, trying to fire a shot on once again. Comer able to work it forward. Cottonero whiffs on the shot as it's coming down to this near side corner. 17 of Schick trying to work it back out. Gloving down's Hale. As a man of the Guppies ends up falling down, hitting the ice. That's number 8 of... Apologies, I'm not too entirely sure. Here's Cottonero, rings it down into the slot. Major away with it behind the net, being pressured by one. Now so ring it down low, trying to get it over for Chignall. It's going to be turned over and worked up high for Kilmer. And on sides, trying to play it up the far side. Says that was offsides. I don't believe it was. Far side referee waved off the offsides. So Kilmer played the puck and threw it in deep. end up getting the offsides call nonetheless. Watcher up the far side, rings it down low. Chignell, the first one to it, has some time. Try to chip it to himself. Centers, nobody home on the back door. As is out to the point for Major. Winds up, fire, shot, saved into the netting. A hard shot there, stays down on the ice. As Major was looking for his hat trick goal here in period number 2. As we currently sit all tied up at 2 apiece. From the point, Chignell fires a shot on. That's going to be blocked up by Cotton Arrow. As it comes down to the corner for Schick. Turned over. Elson keeps it in at the point. Winds up. Fires. Got sent wide. Chignell on the front door trying to get a tip in. Blocked by Kilmer. Diving out. Sacrificing the body at his will. Comes down low. Elrod trying. Apologies. Olympic trying to chip it out. Through the neutral zone it goes. Elson applying the stick on it. Falling down to the ice was Elson. Shot goes off the post. That's going to be covered up. As apologies there, I was trying to see what was going on behind the play. And you were seeing what was going on way behind the play. Once again, I do apologize about that. Waiting for the camera woman to make her way back up top here. So I do apologize about that. 5 minutes ago here in the second period. Drop down as we kept in from sticks of the Guppies. That's Jared Frankham wearing number 11. Reason for him being called Sticks here tonight. There's a chance now for 19 of the Ducks. Just overskated it. As Elrod trying to chip it to himself. He will. Going to be a 2-on-2. Now an on-man rush. From this near side corner, trying to chip it to the man waiting on the back doors. McDevitt fires one back in. That's going to be covered up by the netminder. Had a chance to go right through the 5-hole. This one's going to stay out. 4:24 to go here in the second period. Puck's dropped to the point, trying to backhand it in deep. Comes down low to the corner. An open ice hit here once again between Frankham and Aguirre. Aguirre is being involved here in 2 of those so far. Here's a chance now. Elrod fires, goes off friendly fire. Back to Elrod. Major able to clear this one out. Spinning around McDevitt. Cross ice feed just goes through the legs of 19. Donald out of his net to play. Nearly misplayed it. As Elrod's going to take it from blue line to blue line. Still with it, trying to chip it out in front. Netminder comes out of his net to cover it. Freezes the puck there. 3:20 to go here in the second period. I hate to do this to you guys here, but until I get a camera person back, this is what I'm gonna do so I don't miss any of the action. Pavola not able to win the drop back. Here's Baptist working it forward. Alexander with it as they hit the blue, and Alexander looking for goal number 2 of the season. Chips it down low. Clark fires it on. Stick to side. Puck still loose. Able to be cleared up by the Guppies up top. Puck sitting there in front of the courtyard logo. Still sitting there. Comes down low and out of the zone. Have 2 defensemen playing back for the Ducks. Major chips it back up to the neutral zone. Away with its number 19 of Riccardi. Major trying to chip it back to himself. That's going to be played in offsides. As it's down low, Clark got to stick to it. Here comes Riccardi in his own zone, trying to chip it out of danger. Does for the time being. The Ducks showing a lot of life here in the second period. Shot goes off the post on the backhand, scores! Alexander able to poke home that rebound. Breaks this tie here. 3-2 is your score in favor of the Ducks at the closing end of period number 2. You okay?
Huh?
You okay?
I sound like it the other way.
I know, I'm just hanging. You okay? I need it. Okay. Now I forgot who scored. Shot goes off the post. That's Alexander's second goal of the season, his first goal here tonight. Once again, breaks a scoreless tie here. The Guppies were up 2-0 to start this one, and here comes Elston looking to increase the lead. And all alone against Donald, has all day with Donald out of his crease with under a minute to go. Fires this one home and gets goal number 2 of the season as well. As Elston blows his second period out of the water. 4 unanswered goals here alone in the second period with 30 seconds to go. Yeah, Maxwell. Okay. Comes down low, Guppies with it. Trying to chip it back in with 18 to go. Trying to find a centering feed. Fires one on. Just goes wide from Cotton Arrow. Fires one on. Scores from the far side. Guppies able to bring this back to a 1-goal game with just under 5 seconds to go. Waiting to see the number there. It's going to be 82 of Olympic. Getting his second goal on the night. That's his 4th goal of the season. Makes this a 4-3 game at the end of period number 2. So we'll take a quick 1-minute break and we'll head ourselves into this intermission. This quick 1-minute intermission. Gubs lead at 4-3. Welcome back here to the start of period number 3. Ducks currently leading at 4-3. One of the closest games we've seen the Ducks play so far on the season. This late in a game, if you will. Riccardi working at forward. Here's a chance now for Elrod to find a way to tie this one up. The first period was all Guppies, taking home a 2-0 lead at the end of the period. Going into the second, it was a large majority of the Ducks with an open ice hit once again there with Aguirre. That's his 3rd collision with another skater here in the game. Your score after the second period, the Ducks were able to poke home 4. The Guppies were able to get a late response there, and that's how we sit right now. 4-3, able to glove that down at the blue line. So Riccardi chipping it up forward. Able to get it over for Pilhorn, who will drop it back down to the goal line. Out for 29 of the Ducks. Cross ice feed, trying to get it over for Aguirre. Kicks it to himself, trying to get it up and around Riccardi. Up high now for the Ducks, centering it. Goes off a boot out in front. Guppies with it back deep in their own zone, trying to chip it out as they'll ring it back up around the far side. As Frankham will take it, works it up top. Able to get it to Trask, who's still looking for his first goal of the season. And some of the closing moments here. Works it forward. Here's a chance for Horn, looking for goal number 4, and he gets it. Ties this one up at 4. A minute and a half here into this third period. As for the Guppies on the season, they only have 3 skaters who are yet to get a point. One of those being Tony Cottonere, who I've mentioned quite a bit here tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he's gotten at least 1 assist so far through these 4 goals so far. Can't be confident on it enough though, as an open ice hit there once again. This one's not going to be Agar though, as Kilmer was looking to get his first goal of the season. He does have 1 assist. That's another shot from Kilmer, as that's going to be covered up from the netminder. Holding it to the right, he'll freeze it. 17:50 to go in the 3rd period. Shots on goal in a large favor here in front of the Guppies, doubling the shots from the Ducks, 22-11. There are 2 separate netminders here on the night between these 2 teams. It's not Daniel Gumford or Jim Aiello. Not entirely who the netminder is here for the Ducks tonight. But as for the Guppies, it's Donald. Looks solid so far here tonight. Trying to chip it forward, but not able to get it around Limpic was Baptist. Baptist has showed signs of being a little bit chippy so far tonight. Just about like he does every game, but here in the 1st period, ended up getting a roughing call against the netminder of Donald. That was just at the closing half of the 1st period. About a minute and a half went into that 2nd period. The Ducks were able to kill that one off. And so far, that's been the only penalty so far between either teams. Elston with a quick shot goes off a body. A rebound shot goes wide. Looks like we're going to have a delayed call here against the Guppies. Kilmer touches it up, and indeed so. Not sure exactly what the call is here, so we'll wait and see. 16:27 to go. Not entirely sure here, but we'll go with an interference call, as this is going to be a massive kill here for the Guppies. Able to clear it right off the face-off, as we'll get a defensive pair change here for the Guppies. This would be a huge power play opportunity for the Ducks, looking to stay undefeated on the season. Nearly a shorthanded chance there for Kettner, who's one of those 3 looking to get their 1st point of the season. 90 seconds to go here on the penalty to Joe Favola. Chips it down low for Wattrup. McDevitt ends up tripping his man. There's going to be no call. So the Guppies will clear this one right back down length of the ice. Netminder will stay in his net, will not play it back behind, as it's going to come out for Pilhorn up the far side. Turned over from Elrod, but not able to keep a stick on it, as Chigno's able to chip it right back up forward to himself. As Pilhorn works it down low for Wattrup. Just out of his reach, but McDevitt not able to clear it out. Left for Hale. Shot from the near side circle goes wide. Elrod trying to work it out. Here's Major looking for the hat trick. Shoot! Save made by Donald. May have got a Guppy in front, but that's going to clear it down length of the ice. 35 seconds to go here on the penalty to Favola. Major from back behind the net. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try and take it coast to coast for his hat trick. Up high looking to get around Elrod. Cutting back in front. Got a skate on it was Reinhardt. And I don't believe he thought he did. From the point. Chigno trying to get around Elrod. Puck's tied up off the far side half-boards. Comes out to the point. Winds up. Fires Elston. Shot goes wide. 5 seconds to go here on the penalty to Favola. With 1 second, and we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. As here comes a chance for Riccardi, hitting the blue line down low, has some room, shot gets blocked in front from Elston. As the Ducks were not able to convert on the power play. Cleared out, able to pick up the puck's Trask. And his defensive zone trying to work it forward. As it finds its way back over for Trask. Turnover, here's a chance for Hale, but he overskates it. And his other dance partner overskated. And here comes Riccardi from the blue line. Not able to hold on to it as it's back out for believe it's Riccardi, indeed so. Drops it down low for Horn. He scored 1 goal so far in the night. That's his 4th goal of the season. That's going to be worked right back down the other way. This will not be far enough for an icing. First one to it's going to be Frankham. Chips it up and out. Can be a delayed offsides. So it's going to be played right at the blue line. Not expecting the pass there was Trask. It's going to be picked up by the Mighty Ducks deep in their defensive zone. As here's a chance now for Aguirre. Overskates it. As here comes the chance for the Ducks. 2-on-1 just in onside Alexander. He scored 1 so far in the night. As that's just going to be played outside the blue line. The Guppies are doing a great job so far, negating chances from the Ducks. They've scored their fair share as well. Something to be proud of here, taking advantage of Daniel Comfort not being in the net. And here's a chance now for the Ducks. It's 19 and all alone. Shot save made by Donald, and that's going to be cleared out from Elrod. Has a chance to be an icing. Not going to be, as it's going to be touched up from Schroeder. Down low for Helston. Chips up on the far side, trying to get a tip out in front. Man's down injured. I believe it's Agar here once again. Indeed so. I believe it's his arm. His left arm at that. Up on the far side, Guppy's able to get the turnover, dropping it back. It's going to come out to the point for Elston. Quick shot there. Scores! Donald never seen it, and the Ducks are able to take this one home, making it 5-4 with 12 minutes to go here in this 3rd period. See ya. 11:40 to go here in this 3rd and final period. Cotton Arrow set to take the drop. Sorry about that. Trying to work it forward as it's going to be picked up by Major back deep in his own defensive zone. Being pressured by one, spinning around. Major still with it. Nearly got a stick on it was Kilmer. Bringing up the far side, keeps it in his 9 of Kettner. As here comes the chance now for the Ducks. Up on the far side, Riccardi pressuring Baptist, overskates it. Riccardi still with it. Has some time with the blue line down low for Kilmer. Not able to hold on to it as it's still left for Kilmer. Sharp angle shot gets blocked off Baptist. Left it for a fellow Guppy. Tried to get it to the point, but nobody was there. As here comes 24 of Clark. Drops it down, nearly had a chance there for Baptist. He would have been all alone there against Donald. As Cottonair looks to battle out against Major. Kilmer looking to fire one on. Puck still loose, coming down low. Alexander overskates it. Cottonair with it. Fires it, goes off a body of Major. Cottonair still with it, trying to find a centering feed. Nobody was there. Going to be a foot race back the other way. Riccardi with it. 10.5 to go. Rings it down low. Major picking up the puck behind his net. Mage is going to play it to himself behind the net. Has scored 2 so far on the night. As that's be chipped out. Watch rub, that is. Not going to be called for an icing. That's going to be a foot race back the other way between Kilmer and Elston. Hale rings it around down the near side. Trying to battle out against the Guppies. It's down low once again. Watch up, not able to hold it in. Apologies, there's 10 is indeed Church. Apologies here for Eric Church. On my roster sheet, it has Paul Elston as number 10 and Eric Church as number 20. So, with Eric Church, that being the number 10, getting those 2 goals here tonight, that gives him 5 on the season. Chips it forward, Chignall with it. Wow, just overskated it. As here comes Church. Has some room, shot got sent wide. Gonna be played off the back of the net of Donald. Chignall with it, trying to find a centering feed. Kicked out from Donald. Church trying to drop it down low. McDevitt able to clear it out to the neutral zone. What? Yeah. From the offensive blue line here for the Ducks, Chignall able to work it forward, but a diving effort from Reinhardt will be able to poke it back out down length of the ice. Church with it. Gets it around Elrod. Cross ice feed, able to get a piece of it was Chignall as he's able to battle at it against Reinhardt. Shoot, scores! Right out in front of the net. Fires this one home to Andy Hale. Gets his third goal of the season, his first goal tonight, and not a bigger one. 6-4 is your score 8 minutes ago here in this third period. Chignall beats out the puck behind the back of the net. Fires a seed right out in front to Hale. Donald unsure of where the puck had went. Fires one in while he was still up. Limbic to the corner for the Guppies. They're going to need to find at least one here fairly soon. Really a turnover from Aggeyer. Pilhern spinning. Glove down to Aggeyer once again falling down. Apologies there as the puck ended up back behind him. That's going to go on net. Nearly a misplay there from the netminders. Elrod comes in. Chipped out. Trying to keep that one in was Trask. Would have been a great chance for him to get his first point of the season. Riccardi working up forward. And on side says Elrod down low. Riccardi still with it. Shot! Score! Saved. That did not find its way in the back of the net. Mage up with it through the neutral zone, right on top of the Twin City logo. That's going to be played in offsides, and indeed so. 6:42 to go in this third period. Thought I heard the whistle, but I guess not. Riccardi for Elrod. From the blue line, trying to deke right in front of two. Pose Mage down to there. Shot. That's just going to be covered up from the netminder. Just got a piece of the stick on it from that right side. What a save there. Keeps us a 6-4 game. As for the shots on goal, closing in just slightly. Now it's a 9-shot difference. The Guppies still in the lead, 25-16. Comes down for Riccardi, gets around Alexander. Drops it down low, trying to get a tip in out in front. As here comes a chance now for Schroeder, working it back over to himself. Going to be a 2-on-2, just over skates it. As the Guppies are able to clear it out as they hit it down low. Once again over skates it as Alexander hits the blue line. A 1-on-5 as Alexander still with it. Shots! Saved by Donald. Got a piece of it with his left forearm. Sharp angle shot gets kicked aside from Kettner. Back up high, Church holds it on. Ships it to himself, still with it. Fires one on, goes high. Nobody home down low to keep it in. Horn with a goal tonight, works it. Trying to get it over for Trask. Just over skated it, not able to hold on to it. As it comes back for the Guppies. Shot from Alexander is going to be held on to from Donald. As it looks like Baptist's stick got caught in the pads of Donald. He'll head off for a line change, and we'll get a timeout here. 4:38 to go in the period. We'll take a quick 1-minute break here on YouTube as well. I hope I wasn't muted for all of that. Coming back here, 4:39 to go here in the period. After a timeout here from the Guppies, trying to get some life going into the last handful of minutes here. That's going to be covered up from Donald. The Ducks not happy about that as the puck was supposedly still free. Regardless of whistle, nonetheless, 4:17 to go. Now in the third period, a 2-goal game here against the Ducks. They lead at 6-4. Hale set to take the drop, trying to get it over Watchup. A quick shot goes off the side of the cage as Limbic works it down, trying to get it for Kilmer. That's going to go down length to the ice. No icing. Major behind the net. Kilmer back pressuring. A broken stick. That should be a penalty. Indeed so, as Major was playing with a broken stick. Indeed so, Major's gonna go to the box. Clock's gonna be stopped here at 3:25. And now we're going to have a timeout for the Mighty Ducks. So we'll take another quick 1-minute break here on the PHA YouTube channel. Power play here from the Guppies against Major, who's in the box. We're playing with a broken stick. Coming back here just as we get set for the start of the last 3.5 minutes. As I was mentioning a handful of minutes ago, we've seen 3 broken sticks so far in this lower season. Make that 4 here tonight. This one coming off of the stick of Major. 2-minute power play upcoming here for the Guppies. Another huge power play opportunity here. Kilmer down the corner. Centers it. Nobody home. But Riccardi able to keep it in from the far side. Has a netminder down. Had an opportunity. Sharp angle. Chips one out in front. Puck still there. Shot from Cottonero. Saved by the netminder. And that's going to be cleared down. But not very far. Church pressuring Watcher, able to pinch it off and clears it back down like to the ice. That kills over 30 seconds here of this penalty. Arcs it forward. Guppy is still with it from the blue line. Deeks ends up hitting the ice. Comes down for Olympic. Gonna be another penalty here on the Ducks. Let's see who this one goes against. 42 of Andy Hale. Five on 3 for the next minute and 10 seconds. Huge opportunity here now for the Guppies to find a way to at least bring this back to within 1. Chips it out in front, has a chance. Backhanded shot from Shig, just in it high over the net. Drops it down for Limbic. Down back in the corner it goes. Schick with it. Back for Limbic. Chipping it down in the corner. Needing to find a way to put a shot on goal as it comes back for Limbic, but not able to hold it in. 2 minutes to go, and once again we are here in stop clock. This might be the first time here tonight that the Mighty Ducks have had to face a stopped clock situation here in the third period. Schick fires one on. This is going to be covered up from the netminder. 1:46 to go here in this third period. A full-sail line change for everyone besides two. That's of Church and Pilhern of the penalty kill team. Looks like they're getting ready to pull the goalie as well. Puck's dropped. And away we go. Another puck stoppage here. This one coming quick, 1:42. And it looks like they are indeed going to pull them. Empty net here. Puck's dropped out to the point. Riccardi has some room. Shot goes off a body out in front. Up to the far side for Frank. I'm looking for goal number 2. Chips it out in front. Goes off a handful of bodies. Church trying to clear it out. Comes down low. Gonna be a foot race with Church. Church with it down on the near side. Gets a stick to it. Was Riccardi. Ends up tripping his man. No arms are raised as here's a chance for Major. Fires one on. Stick to side. Here comes Elrod. Major able to not score there on the empty netter. Elrod spinning around but over skates it. Chipping it back down low. Church trying to dump it down length of the ice. As that has eyes for the goal and it gets there. 55 seconds to go in the third period as it sits now 7-4. A short-handed goal. .21 seconds left to go on the penalty to Andy Hale. As Donald will make his way back out to the net. Elrod chips this one down with under a minute to go in this third period. And so it looks like Mage is just going to try and clear some time. Drops it down low for Schroeder. Here comes Baptist from the blue line. Skated aside as Kettner will work it forward for McDevitt. Not able to hold on to it as Kettner trying to work it back out. Hale down on the near side corner in his attacking zone as it's back behind the net. Hale turns it over, backhanded shot. Donald may have got a piece of it. Regardless, it stays out of the back of the net with under 20 now to go. Closer to 10. Sharp angle shot. As Elrod's going to pick up the change with 10 to go. Rings it up the far side, mage it to the point. Fires one on. Got a piece of Kettner and you can tell that stung him. To the neutral zone with 1 and that will do it. Here for us tonight. Final score in game number 2. Mighty Ducks 7, the Guppies 4.